So we're back again for another week of action. This week we've rumored about it and we talked about it on our social media, but we have a distinct picture here that we're not sure if it's on alien side or paranormal side or whatever side. We don't know what it is. So let's take a look at the computer here. We'll check it out.
And Rex, he's going to describe. Yeah. He's going to show you the before. You just take it over, Rex.
Okay. What we done on a trail cam that actually we've heard the sound where you got the rock through that. It's all happening right around that same ridge, coming up from the river and that holler down in there. You know, right next to all those cliffs and stuff. And also we got another one that showed the rock being thrown.
Yeah, it's from the same area.
This one here was the one before, the picture right before. Let me see. Okay, right there was the picture once right before.
Okay.
Right there, okay? Now, and this is the picture afterwards, and that was just like 10 seconds later, and 10 seconds apart, I believe that's what it was. Alright, the first one, that was the one there. Then look here.
Boom.
Boom.
Now, if you look here, look at this vortex right in there. See that right there?
Can you bring it out?
I'm going to bring it out, but I'm going to show you something else. Right there, let's go back. There's your hat.
Yeah.
All right, now, see, you did not move. That's how quick this camera took his picture. One right after the other one, right here. Now, watch this. Your hat. Boom. Your hat's still there, still in place, but it goes down this way. I want you to look when I zoom this thing out. Look at this vortex right in here.
Wow.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go right on up here. I'm gonna get a little bit more. Then see if your viewers can see this right here. You can see it just as clear as day. A beam of light coming up. What do you see right there in this area? Right in here.
Yeah.
Look at these eyes here. Look. Explain that, David. Can you explain it?
And look at the beam above my head right here.
This beam of light shot down here.
What do you think, Dave?
Coming from this vortex. Look, this is a vortex in here. Wouldn't you think that's what that is, David? What is it?
I don't. This is where it's a little over our heads at times. I believe that there is a connection with Sasquatch that is most certainly supernatural. Is it paranormal? I can't say that for great certainty because I honestly don't know. I do know that when I focused on this picture, looking at it the first time, I was really only concerned with the orb or whatever this thing is giving off the light down at the ground, and was fairly certain that I could debunk that. I have since gone back and tried, and I cannot. So it is not a piece of stone that has a large piece of mica in it, or let's even say a nice piece of crystal quartz or something that has a lot of reflectivity in the flash of the infrared camera. But even doing that, I think is kind of I'm not sure, because it's an infrared camera, it's not giving off a flash. So it really shouldn't pick up the reflection anyway, but you know, so I've kind of dispelled that. So then when you blow it up, we get to this stage and it is very distorted. But it does seem to be tubular and funnel shaped, if you will. So why does it give off that type of light spectrum and that type of curvature from the bend? And these are really deep questions, and hopefully when our viewers actually get to see this and start looking at it, they can give us maybe their take from it or their point of view. But now keep in mind, sometimes the most obvious things escape us because we're so focused on, I want to know what that light is.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until a month after the fact, I've had this on my phone for an entire month, I didn't pay any attention to the fact that there was a beam or a light beam, a laser light beam. You know, I got a laser light pin at the home that's like a 5-mile range. It'll light the woods up. So I know that something like that could happen. But the problem with this one is it is coming from straight up. Rex, zoom out on that shot, if you will. Just zoom out for all of our viewers and believers at home. Go ahead and zoom on back out. Right there would be good. You can see clearly, and I'm going to go over here. I'm just Taylor, you stay right where you are. You can start seeing very clearly that light right there. Okay, so I got it in my head that this is the time of year that there are a lot of spider webs out there, and they're really thick and they're really heavy. So I'm thinking, okay, it's a spider web. It is not a spider web. I've debunked that. Okay. There's no strings here. There's no trickery. You can see the shot afterwards, and it's clearly not there. But now, my thing is why is it so close to Taylor? Why does it seem to be centered around his shoulder area? And I wondered what the distortion was I saw in these little dots right here, because it kind of blends in with your hat, but it's almost like something could be materializing. But now if you blow it back up just a little bit for me, Rex, just right there, that's a good shot. You can see it looks like eyes. There's something in the middle right here that would suggest something's there of a nose maybe, or nostrils.
Gray alien.
Yeah, I mean it looks alien. Now,
Like a stereotypical
Is-
alien.
Yeah, stereotypical.
you know, we all, anytime anybody starts talking about aliens, first thing we think of is the gray eyes. Okay, I've never seen an alien, so I don't know. Okay, so I have absolutely no hypothesis on that. I can't tell you it's an alien. All right, but I can tell you that there's facial features there in the photograph from the trail cam, and there's something going on. And it could be a trick of light somehow. But if it is, how did it get past 2 full-grown men in the woods at night undetected? Because if it was a trick of light, they would have clearly seen, hey, somebody's flashed something. And that's not the case here. The case is, you know, they have a hunt. 2 weeks later, Rex comes up and says, you need to see this trail cam footage. You know, and then a month removed, we start going, wait a minute, there's something in this that shouldn't be here.
And 90% of the time when the camera is rolling is whenever we're getting activity. So at that time, I'm thinking me and Toby at the time we're hearing rocks being thrown or something tossed in the woods, ruffling around.
Now,
Yeah.
Look at Toby's stance right there. You can tell
Yeah.
very little movement in Toby right there. Now,
Yep, just like he twisted.
Same. And you shuffled your feet just a little bit right in there.
Yeah.
Come back. See that? Very little. Look at Toby's.
Yeah.
It's just so unusual to have this light anomaly show up in an area that proves a lot of times to be very, very hot with Sasquatch activity for us. And, you know, I can't help but think that it's playing a role. And there are signs and different when we're listening to people give their testimony about encounters and different things, and especially researchers, there are certain key points that they'll talk about that we really pick up on. And I won't say I'm here again on this video just simply because I don't want to give that away. It helps us to know when people are on the same path that we are in the research field. And for us, this is just kind of another glimpse of some things that, you know, is this really part of it? I don't know. Is it not? I don't know. But this is one where we're asking our viewers, our believers, let us know what you think. We need help discerning what we've got on camera because we don't have the answers for ourselves. And Amy, when you see this video, this one's all you. This is right up your alley.
Yeah.
Shout out Amy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Any thoughts, Taylor?
My thoughts are with Dave. I mean, it's crazy that this happened whenever me and Toby were hearing activity. Does it tie together? Who knows? But if Rex can zoom in, and we'll give y'all one last final shot of the full, what we think is the, what would y'all say, alienish head? See
It
that?
definitely has
like-
alien features.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to zoom it far either.
That's a good shot there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can clearly see the facial shot there, and it doesn't get real distorted.
But you know something? When you come back here and look, as Rex zooms in and you come back further as it zoomed in, you can see, like, look back here where I'm looking at,
Oh,
at the
yeah.
head.
Yeah.
You can see the head clearer as you move backwards,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
zoomed in.
Oh
That's-
yeah, I'm totally in agreement with that. The further you get, the larger it is. The further you step back, the more you go, oh, that is a face. There is clear features there. There is a jawline. You know, the head just kind of fades off into nothing, but there's something there. Is it something that took a peek at us through a portal?
I mean, something hopped
I
on
don't know.
Taylor's shoulder, it looks like. I mean, that's what I drew from it.
This would be the point where if they would have had an LRS camera going, that would have picked up something at that point, we think.
Yeah.
If not, then it would have been a big waste of money for an LRS camera.
Yeah. Rex, what is your final take on it?
That, you know, it's very strange. This is a trail cam by
Wildfire, I think. Something? No. Wild game.
Okay. And right here was where you got the rock thrown at you. Right here is where me and my Ted and Brandon
Bless you.
and Joe
I'm sorry.
heard the sound. Got it on video. Right here is also is where you guys.
The rock pile? Is that close?
Rock pile.
Close to a rock pile.
Yeah.
It's
Just-
close to the gifting site.
Yeah.
And every time you can get a smell right in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing wants you to go past that point.
Yeah.
It seems like. Mm-hmm.
That's very true. Is
We're
that a
going
scene?
past that point though.